Hello fellow bargain sellers. In today's video, we're going to be shipping my packages from the weekend. I have a total of 8 packages for $610, one of those being a multi-$100 sale. So we're going to get right in today's video and we're going to talk a little bit about Whatnot and maybe Depop and Vinted and what they're doing and if they are competing against eBay. The first package is a pair of shorts by the brand Mizzen and Main. I'm not sure if they're in here. Here they are right here. I knew they were gonna be in the newer one. I sold these for, and these sold for $22.99. I picked these up at Goodwill for $4.99. Wasn't sure if they were gonna sell, but they did. This is a pretty good brand, especially for like the like dress clothes. These are just like a pair of sweatshirt shorts that are like golf. So those are really good. So if you guys have been paying attention to the news, the reseller news anyways, I saw that Whatnot has recently been evaluated to be a $20 billion, not million, $20 billion business. And I think this is sort of like a trend with the younger crowd. So I feel like Whatnot has become a very affordable way to buy fashion or anything that you really want, especially trading cards. Like that is super popular on Whatnot. If you haven't been on there, like I would say half of the people that are live are just either baseball cards or any sports cards. They're doing box breaks, selling single cards, selling packs, stuff like that. But if you haven't been on there, it's just crazy how many people are on some of these lives. I've seen some of the live streams have like close to 1,000 to 5,000 people. There's a lot of small ones though that only have about 30 people on there, which is surprising to me because I don't really know how you make your money unless you have very little money put into the items that you are selling. But they have recently been evaluated to be a $20 billion business. eBay Live is okay. It's not as good as Whatnot. I definitely prefer Whatnot because the interface on eBay Live is just not as good. You can't really search, and I don't know, it's just a lot smoother on Whatnot. They definitely have it down, especially since that's all they do is live selling. eBay is definitely hopping on that, and there's also some like other platforms on District, which is an app where you can like go to like local community, not local communities, like online community live selling platforms. I know Commonwealth Flipper has one. It's called Dibdit. There's Stacked Golf. There's a lot of other ones. I think Goodwill might even have one, which is kind of funny. We'll talk a little bit about Goodwill live selling in a little bit. Here it is right here. Good Polo. This one's really, really cool. It's like a plaid, but it has like tees and it has this cool, fun summer color. But I picked this up at my Goodwill for $5. It sold for 20. Yes, sold for 20, and that's a really good buy right there. Sold these Nike Air Max for 15. I picked these up about like 2 years ago and they weren't selling, so I took them off of my eBay store and I relisted them since school year is right here. So I sold these for 15. I don't even know what I paid for these. Probably $6, maybe 10, I don't really know, but I'm glad I got them out of my eBay store. So if you didn't know, Goodwill actually sells on these platforms like Whatnot, and they might even have their own District, but I do know they sell on Whatnot and eBay Live. I've been on their live streams before, and let's just say there is no room for profit for any resellers at all. So I know, I can't remember who put the video out. I think it was Tice Baby. He put a video out talking about the behind the scenes of Goodwill. It was a great video. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. It was talking with a Goodwill employee at the back of like a Goodwill store, I think, or maybe it was a warehouse. It was very interesting how they showed how they like list everything on eBay and they do the live selling, which I don't think that was as much on that video, but the live selling that Goodwill does is actually crazy. I was tuned into a camera show, which I think it was their first camera show on Whatnot, and I think it was in West Virginia, maybe? I think it was that Goodwill. If you didn't know, they all have eBay stores. Like you can look it up in your local state. I know the one that is for Illinois, I think it's called like Goodwill INI or something. I'm not really sure. I've been on their eBay store before. They only do auctions, so $10 auctions starting bid for 7 days. They do it with every single item that they list. But I was tuned into this camera live stream. There was about 60 to maybe 70 people on the live stream, and everything was untested, unless it was like AA batteries or something like that, or it was like a universal battery that you can charge. And I love selling cameras, so I was on there trying to buy stuff for a profit, and I know you can bundle stuff on Whatnot, so I was trying to get some cameras for cheap. And let's just say these cameras were going for a little bit less than market value, untested, which just blows my mind to me, because I mean, you're taking a pretty big risk buying an untested camera, especially if you're not a reseller. And I don't think these people were resellers. I really don't, because they were asking for specific requests on the live stream, which it doesn't really make sense to me. I never really thought, like maybe 5 years ago or 3 years ago, that I would be seeing Goodwill on Whatnot selling things for high prices. Like, there was cameras that were worth about $100 going for $75 untested, which I can't make any profit on that. I thought they were going to only go for like 20, 25 bucks, and maybe I'd be able to make a profit that way. But they were selling all these cameras, and the person that was selling them knew a little bit about cameras, not a lot, but they knew like DSLR, SLR, all the different brands. They knew like what megapixels they were, the zoom, all that stuff. And there was probably 80 to maybe 100 cameras on this live stream, and they were going to be live for about 3 hours, which is crazy. And they also do have other streams that they do, like clothing, stuff like that, which blows my mind, especially for a thrift store. I mean, you got to make money somehow, so they're making money in that way, and they took advantage of it, which is good for them. The next thing that I sold is a camera. It is a Sony, and I actually did buy this in a lot, which is kind of funny. I think is it this one? Yeah, here it is. I bought this in a lot of cameras on eBay. I think I paid like 80 bucks for like 17 or 18 cameras. So this is a Sony G Cybershot. I can't remember the exact model. It's sold for, I think, 45, maybe 43, $49 for this camera. And this is tested, but it does not work. So it's parts for repair, and this camera would have been worth around $160 if it did work. That is one of the risks of buying untested cameras, and I think I'm actually going to stay away from buying untested cameras from now on, because most people know how to buy batteries for these, and they will sell them in tested condition. Sold some walkie-talkies. I always pick these up, but they're never like a good item to buy, I don't really think, unless you find like Cobra or something like that. These sold for $10, and I think I paid $4 at my local Goodwill. Sold a putter. It's a ping putter. Let's see, where's it at? Got this at a garage sale. My grandma and grandpa found it and got it for me, and it sold for, I think, $35. Has a super nice Wind Dry Tech like jumbo grip. Sold for $30.49, so that's a really good profit. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below about the live selling, Whatnot, eBay Live, if you think it's going to last. I think Whatnot is going to grow. I'm not sure if the eBay Live will grow. I think most people are just going to go to Whatnot, because the bundle discounts and bundle shipping that they offer is amazing, and the features and the interface on Whatnot is just so much better than eBay. But for eBay's future, I'm wondering if they're going to lower the fees. I feel like at some point they're going to drop pretty big. They are making a lot of money off of us eBay resellers. Not that that's a bad thing, but at some point they're going to have to lower the fees for eBay sellers, because I have a feeling that some people might drop out. I mean, it's not like tons, but it is a lot of money that we could be making. My prediction is that they're either going to drop it by like 10%, maybe 5% in some categories, because it is a lot in some categories on eBay. I think the most is sports cards. I could be wrong, but it is some pretty high fees, especially in some categories. And I also think the simple delivery might be coming. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that probably will be coming at some point to the US. The biggest sale is in this box right here. It is a golf club set that I just picked up on Friday. Today is Monday, the day I'm recording this, and it is a set of Mizuno irons. These are the JPX 800 Pro. I paid $65 for the full set, at a like thrift store thing. I'm not even really sure. It was in my city, but I've never been to it, and it's been open for like 15 years. So like not super good advertising. I mean, maybe I just missed it, but it is a set of 4 through pitching wedge and gap wedge, $65, and I sold it for $330. So that is amazing profit right here. Don't even have to package it up because I already did it when I listed it, because sometimes these golf sets are hard to store. So that is the best sale of the day and definitely fueled a lot of the sales this week. The last thing that I sold, I think, is it these? Where are they at? Oh no, it's these back here, the Cole Haans. These ones I sold recently, and the buyer returned them because they said they didn't fit or something, or I'm not even 100% sure, but I accepted the return. But these sold for $30. I picked these up at Goodwill for $6. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Tell me what you think about Whatnot, or maybe eBay Live, or the future of reselling in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. Don't forget to use code BargainBuyer26 to get 10% off your order on my eBay store. I'll see you in the next one. Bargain Seller out.